Morning, Word Diver. Good to see you, man. Hope you had a great weekend. Welcome to everybody coming into the room. Just going through some of these right now and setting some alerts. So there's a lot here that I'm watching, or it looks like there's a lot here that I'm watching, but there's actually a lot here that I'm not watching. Pretty much, really, I should say so far, um, EXEL and OXY are the only two I'm really looking at right now, and the airlines. I'm really watching more for UAL, but I've got AAL up here too because I want to see, if there's one or the other that's kind of divergent from the SPY a little. I'll consider jumping in on that. But they're both kind of hitting these levels where, they're about to break support and run down. So um, let's see where they're at here. Okay. Yeah. So this could still get a good move down on UAL. Even if it bounces off that trend line. If we get a break of 27, we're looking at, at least a $2 move. So that's good enough for me. See if AAL is the same. AAL is not really the same. I mean, it's pretty much broken trend, but they move together a lot. So. And then mRNA. mRNA is so far overextended. It's possible that mRNA has a critical break of 44. So I would be interested in getting in on mRNA at a break of 44. I think it could make a huge move. I've done very well on mRNA before off of moves like that. It's a very tricky stock to trade, but this is just kind of one of those setups that I'd be willing to take a stab at. I'd be willing to short it. And so I want to be alerted if it starts making its way down to, we'll say, 44.50. That way, that'll kind of give me enough time, hopefully, to come in here and watch for a break of 44.10. And then, let's see here. So mRNA, 44.50 on the bid. Critical break at 44.10. So put that up. So really, EXEL, Oxy, and then these, these two airlines, more particularly UAL. So I'm going to kind of put that up a little bit further on the list there. And then I've set alerts on all these other ones. And so, here's what's going on with EXEL. EXEL I may actually consider taking as a long. There was some kind of good news on it about what was the news? Something about a cancer. Let's see. Gets boost from upbeat trial results of a kidney cancer treatment. Okay, so it's a heavier float. We're dealing with roughly 300 million share float, so there's definitely got to be more that comes into this. I actually shouldn't really have this at the top of my list, but I'm going to keep it there just because I think it's possible to get a good long, a good breakout long on this out the gates. Now, you guys know I am not a long bias trader by any stretch of the imagination. So, but I'm willing to give it a shot. Because I think because of the heavy float, I think it will be a slower mover, but I don't know that for sure. So I think I could handle the heat. on that one. Oxy obviously is in relation to oil. Oil has just plummeted. It's getting crushed. And there's a lot of reasons for that. Fundamentally, we're obviously, since the economy has been going down and not doing well, there's less demand for gas and oil and all that. All these body shop, mechanic shops, oil change places, as far as I know, have all been shut down, or a lot of them have been shut down. And so there's just not as much of a demand for it right now. And then, of course, even with the deal going on between Russia and Saudi Arabia, even that deal didn't seem to be good enough. And so, I don't know. It's getting crushed. That's what I do know. And so, and I don't want to take fundamentals too much into consideration here. What I am looking at is a critical break right here at $12. And I think we could get a significant move down. So Now, if not, this is kind of one of those situations where if all of a sudden it starts getting this massive buy up, and again, I've got U.S. oil right here in my trading view chart, and so I'm going to be watching that. But if for some reason this just starts getting bought right back up, I'm not going to mess with it. I'll just get out. I'll just get out. That's kind of what I'm committing to do on this today. But you know, again, in my opinion, it's worth a shot at the opening bell. And of course, you know, we've got, you know, the airlines and whatnot. But I'm going to talk about the SPY right now because if you look at the daily chart here, this is what we're looking at. This is what we're looking at, and you know, I drew this trend line here from this point to this point, and obviously from this point to this point, it shows that, you know, because and the reason why I kept this point is because it closed back above it here, and it closed back above it here, and so this I kind of just looked at as a, what's up, Notre Dame, good to see you. So this I just kind of looked at as just like a whatever kind of candle. You know, we know the market's been irrational. So, but this line here, this pivot has been from this pivot point has been respected by the vast majority. What's up, Sagar? Good to see you. You know, pretty much every day up to this point. Okay. Now it's possible that this right here could end up being this candle right here where it comes down, but then it sells up and ends up coming back above this line. So, you know, we got to be mindful of that. But I just thought it was interesting, and I thought it was worth noting. If you wanted to take it to the next level, you could probably just, you know, draw a line right here, and then we would see that there would be this candle could meet right here at this very critical level of support at 275.46. And that would be a very strong point of holding. And if it broke that, that could be pretty significant. So I might actually just keep this line up here just for, you know, just to see. Because, you know, guys, I mean, I'll tell you what, if you look at this, there's been, you know, a lot of buying up, but volume's dying off. It's getting a little bit weaker. And these last few days have just kind of been like sputtering around up here at the top. So this could be a turnover moment. Even if it's just temporary, it could be a turnover moment. And that would make today a really good trading day for short bias traders. Got here the 5-minute chart open up, and of course all the lines and levels mixed. If we get a breakout here to, or let me see here, if we get a breakout of 289. I thought this was 289.31, but it's showing as 289.39. So regardless, 289.30, 289.40, we get a break over that level, and oh, that's why I think I accidentally moved it. When I did that, let's see. There it is. It was at 289.31, so I knew. So anyway, if it gets a break of that, I think, you know, obviously the Bulls, that's going to show great strength for the Bulls, and the Bulls are going to remain in full control. So, but right now, I mean, we're way below that. Again, oil's down today. Guys, the economy's still not doing great. And at some point, we're going to start feeling the effects of it. You know, and so I wouldn't be surprised if the market gets a little bit of a pullback. Excuse me. But we've got this level marked out here. We've got this 281.94, 280.96 would be the next breaking point. And then I've got a couple levels marked out here at 280.20. Man, mRNA looks like it's losing its lunch already. I don't want to have to do this pre-market, but wow. I may move this one up to the top of my list, guys, because this could be significant. So, man. Okay, Zoom could not break that point, so I'm gonna reset that alert there at Zoom. So zoom, we're gonna set that alert at 154.50 on the ask. Add. mRNA looks like it could get a really nice sell-off today. So I'll set another alert for 44.29 bid critic break. So we may get there, guys. We may get there. This is not looking good. Very tempted to jump in here. Just take 100 shares. I mean, but it's just tricky. It's very tricky. It's very tricky. But you can see this daily chart is so far overextended. There's no reason why it couldn't come down to these levels here. I'll do my best to wait for the bell. I mean, the bell's in 5 minutes, but this could be a very very significant trade here. So we'll see. Anyway, but yeah, I've got levels. These levels marked on the SPY, and of course, you know, SPY is very possibly. Do I need to keep these levels? Let's see here. It's very possibly going to make some downward moves today. I'm going to keep these lines here. These are just lines that are going to be good to have. 280.20. Good morning, Yoni B. Good to see you, man. Hope you had a good weekend too. And then 279.36. There's another critical level at 278.80, and then there's another critical level at 278.24, and pretty much after that is a free fall down to 275, which would possibly line up well with, yeah, this level right here. This level right here. That would be perfect, where this bottom trend line comes up and meets this critical level, daily level at 275.46. So we'll see. We have an opportunity to get there today. But again, you know, I don't want to stay overcommitted to any of these trade ideas. I mean, there's really no way of knowing for sure how any of this is going to play out. So we want to be mindful, for sure. We want to be mindful. I will set an alert on UAL for 27.20, the break of 27.20, and I will note that there's a critical break at 27. I think it's 27.07. So, and yep, 27.07. So we'll look at that. Oxy's got a critical break. So these are the main ones that I'm going to be watching out of the gate. This is for short trading. But right now the SPY's making a nice little pullback. So, but it's, you know, this is all pre-market. So anything fun that you guys did this weekend? Anything notable? Anything anybody want to point out that might be notable? I don't know if anybody really right now is having any fun. It's not like, you know, places are open. A lot of parks are closed down and, you know, all that. Mark, good to see you, man. You switched out your little avatar there. Switched out your little profile pic. So mRNA is having a pullback. It'd be interesting to see if it could bust through 44.50 at the bell. Yeah, I've been trying to find one that fits the channel. Okay. What's your thoughts on AAL? Well, so I've got AAL and UAL pulled up. I've got them both pulled up um, because sometimes you'll see a divergence between one of these in what the spy's doing and everything. So, but they both, you can see UAL has an opportunity to come down and test this trend line here at roughly $25. So it could get a $2 to $3 move. Um, and it could break it. It could break it, just depending on if the market's getting crushed today, if the markets as a whole are getting crushed. AAL, on the other hand, I mean, if you were to draw a trend line, it's already been broken. It's already been broken. Even here, it's already been broken. So, um, AAL's probably the safer one because it moves a little slower, but you could take a little bit bigger share size. Um, but yeah, they're both trending with each other right now. So I don't know. Again, as a short bias trader, I would expect that it may go down. Now, if it doesn't, if the SPY has a really significant pullback, it's very possible that out the gate, SPY will have some kind of significant pullback, but it's got to crack through a lot of these levels here. And this is a very significant level. And it's very possible that it comes up here and where this previous area of support is, meets this level and starts coming down. So it could get bought up. But, okay, and MRNA has made its way all the way back up. So I definitely would be interested if it could break 44.50. AMD, VWAP bounce, see if it moves to high of day. Unlikely, but will be interesting. Yeah, so I've got AMD. I set an alert for AMD for the break of 55.50. As a short bias trader, that's what I personally would be looking for. So it's there at the bottom of my list, but okay, EXEL's losing some momentum. UAL and AAL are both looking like they're losing some momentum. Could be chop. Get a quick look at some of these other ones. Netflix is getting bought up. Zoom is losing. It's too spready though. Too spready. Roku's choppy. AMD's getting bought up. Okay, Oxy's getting bought up. So UAL still getting hammered. UAL still getting hammered. So that's good. There's divergence there. And then AAL still getting hammered. But it's pulling back. So no major sell-off right now, guys. mRNA is getting bought up. EXEL is getting bought up. Oxy's getting bought up. UAL, AAL. Roku's getting bought up. AAL kind of looks like the leader in this. Roku's on a nice little tear. Might be a good nice long there, yeah. Boeing's on a tear, AMD's on a tear, Netflix is on a tear. UAL is finally getting the break here, looks like. But it's choppy. Glad I didn't get in on that one. It's just chopping around, guys. A lot of chop here. Missed a really solid move there. Wait for the retest. See if we can get any kind of a retest here. mRNA is doing well. Oxy's a little bit of a chop fest, but UAL continue to make some good moves. AAL getting a pullback. UAL diverging. Looks like it's moving more with the SPY. What did you buy, Mark? You said you accidentally bought instead of shorting. What did you buy? So Chop Fest here. Chop Fest. Zoom coming back. Netflix looks like it's getting a sell-off. See what these look like on the 5-minute. So AAL during the break of 11. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can't say I haven't done that before, Mark. It can be frustrating. Roku break of 132.40. This could be huge for Roku. For longs. Oh, yeah. If you'd taken 300 shares on that, you'd be doing pretty well. Boeing doing well. AMD doing well. AMD getting bought up like hotcakes. Roku doing well. Netflix struggling a little. Zoom making highs. There we go. Roku making highs. Okay. See what we got here. See what we got here. AMD, Roku, Boeing. They're all making highs. Netflix doing well. Zoom doing well. Daily breakout on Zoom. American Airlines making a full-blown retracement. UAL following suit. SPY's pushing. Oxy looks like it's turning around. US Oil looks like it's going back up. EXEL making a breakout long, but it's moving very slowly. So Okay. Well, good job, Notre Dame. Okay. All right. Yoni B's long on Boeing. Okay. Yeah, I should have gotten long on Roku at the break of 32, 132.40. I had an alert set, but guys, I'm not great with longs. Think we all know that. Let's see. UAL. Man, great recovery on these. So glad I did not go short. SPY breaking through pre-market highs. Wait, no, not quite. Sorry, not quite. It's breaking through a key area though of resistance. See if it gets rejected there. AMD still on a nice move. Nice little tear. EXEL still making a nice move. Very slow moving, but making a nice move nonetheless. Netflix ending under VWAP on this 5 minute. Wow, what a chop fest. What a chop fest for Netflix. That was ridiculous. It could get a move down. Could get a move down. Let's just see if it chops. It's spready. It's very spready. So would want to be careful with this one. Spready and choppy. Man, what a move. What a move all the way back up to those levels. What a move. Wow. Netflix is so rough, guys. So rough. Can't imagine how many people are getting chopped out on this mess right now. Yeah. This might be a nice little place to go short on mRNA. Just for a quick scalp. It's all right, Mark. It's all right, Mark. Yeah, the market messes with your mind. It really does. You know, we got to be careful. Got to be careful. I mean, it's really the long and short of it. You know, if we're careful, we'll be all right. Even if we lose, you know, we won't lose a lot. We'll be all right. We can manage. We can manage. So I might be willing to take Well, it's starting to lose now, so. Okay, what a breakout. What a nice little breakout there. Okay, mRNA still strong. Still strong. So back off of that. Move stop on BA just below 147. Okay, not quite break even, but don't want to lose more than that. Okay. All right, good, Yoni B. Good job, Notre again. Great job. That's good. 3x your daily goal. Let's see. You're welcome. You're welcome. Ah, man. I almost called that on Netflix. Ah, that would have been my move right there. Would have been my move right there. Netflix getting pummeled. Absolutely pummeled. I'll take it at 135. I'll take 50. 50 shares at 135. See if it can come up. Capture it. Come out real quick with a quick 50 bucks. There we go. Okay, out for a quick 50. Quick scalp on Netflix. So there's that. So Mark De Guzman, you ever fund your account? Did you guys, by the way, did you guys see how quick that was? That was ridiculous. I'll tell you what, if it breaks to 131.50, I'm probably going to want to get in again. Yeah, Mark, I have in the past. I've refunded my account in the past. I mean, I haven't done that anytime lately, but I used to refund my account all the time. But I think when it gets to that point, you really got to think about. Come on, let's see if we can hit that. You really got to think about at that point just getting into a trading simulator. It's probably going to be more worth it to do that. So, I missed it. I missed it. I missed the ad there. It's all right. I hit it. As soon as I hit it, it passed right by my order. Yeah, when it gets to that place, yeah, Netflix is scary. But, man, I mean, it's provided a really good opportunity for me here at 135 for just a quick little scalp in and out. Quick 50 bucks. Now it's moving back, of course, and so this might be a good place to take another one. Although, I mean, look at how choppy it is on the 1 minute. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's just shoot up and blow past VWAP in all of these right here. So, SPY is strong. But yeah, sorry, Mark. Let me let me finish your question. I keep sputtering around with my thoughts here, just because I'm in the middle of all this. But mRNA is breaking high of day two. Oh no, it's not. Well, excuse me, previous day high. I'm looking for a break of previous day high. Break of 50 would be clutch. But yeah, Mark, when it gets to the point though, where like if you're having to fund your account multiple times, or if you're having to fund it with a lot of money, I would just say go into simulation for a while. Go into simulation for a while. I mean, I'm at the point now to where I don't even want it to get close to having to refund my account. I don't even want to get close to margin call. If I told you guys last week, and I mentioned it in a couple recap videos. I've got, I've got the money that is in my account to trade with, and then I have a couple thousand on top of that. Okay, that's my cushion. That keeps me far away from ever dipping actually down into, to where I would have to start refunding my account to keep my head above water. So my rule is, and this is why I didn't even know if I was going to be trading this week, because my rule is that if it dips into that cushion, if it even dips into that cushion, I stop. I stop and I either take a week off, I go into simulation for, for a week or maybe even a month, just however long it takes. And so that's what I recommend. That's what I recommend doing. Oh, okay. And now I'm seeing the response from Note again. So maybe you were asking Note again. Um, yeah, and that's smart, Note again. Stay in simulation as long as you can. But here's what I would say to you. You say you're 3x your daily goal, but in all sincerity, are you doing what we talked about as far as, I don't know if you remember us talking about like actually getting in character, acting like you only have X amount of dollars, taking conservative share size, getting in character and like almost role playing through this, making sure that you are actually trading genuinely with the same level of seriousness and discipline that you would if this was your actual money. Because that's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. I want to make sure that you're doing that because, and you might be, and you might be. And here's the thing, when you get into really trading with your account, you'll make 3 times your daily goal sometimes. You'll make 3 times your daily goal. So you may legitimately be doing that, but I'm just kind of, I guess, in a way of calling it back to your attention, just for you to do a little critical thinking here. Are you genuinely trading with the same, again, the same mentally and psychologically the same way if it were real money, you know. And only you know the answer to that question. Um, my fiance, the purse holder, is looking over my shoulder. It's her I have to prove it to. Nothing is more nerve-wracking to me. Well, good. Good. Okay. Only trading legit setups. Good. Good. Yeah, and I know you're a long bias trader too. So um, this might actually be a nice long setup here. No. Should get a nice. Okay, I'm going to come out half. Looked like we were getting a nice setup there. Nice setup break of 24. But the SPY is pulling back a little. So this is what happens when I try to take longs. Yeah, but this looks like, it looks like it could go. But it's really got to start eating through those orders at 24. Okay, SPY is getting a rejection off of an important level. 284. See where we're at here on the 5 minute. Okay, so the 5 minutes failing. It's okay. SPY's pulling back. I wonder if the XEL is holding it. See where we're at. See if we can bust through that 24 wall. I may give it another shot. Is it bull flagging? Let's see. See if we can be patient with this. We've got to eat through that 95 ask. It's not eating through it. May have to get out of this one. Ooh, yeah, we did. That was nice. That was nice. Oh, nice. Okay, it's getting up there. It's getting up there. It's good. Okay, that's good. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take it there. So that really just paid for the trade, but I'm nervous, guys. I don't do well with longs. Not even going to try to front. So I see a couple more comments coming in. Let me see. Let me do a little bit of work here real quick, and then I'll. So it looks like with mRNA we might have triple topped. 50.27. We weren't able to break it. Let's see, is that right? 50.20. Yeah, we pretty much touched and then came all the way back. So that's interesting. It's definitely interesting. mRNA's had a nice little run up there, so I'll keep that on watch. EXEL, I'm done with this one. I'm not gonna entertain this one anymore. UAL, AAL. These are turning into chop. ZM, still just chop. But I'm at a critical area of resistance up here, so it could be coming down. Could be coming down. Netflix still teetering. So if Netflix breaks the 430.56, I think it could make a good, significant move down. So especially if SPY continues to get rejected here. So I almost do want to start averaging in with 20 shares. I think I could build a position. We'll say 25 shares. Okay, I'll I'll let that go here for a minute one more time. This one could break 150.52. Would be interesting if it did. SPY looks like it could be rolling over. Don't know for sure. Oh, got in way too late on that one. Let's hope that this continues to pull with the SPY. Let's see. We pulling with the SPY. There we go. A little bit of pull. I'm going to come out half. I just don't feel good about it, but let's see if it breaks that 150.50 level. There we go. Stalling out a lot. Stalling out a lot. Let's see if it continues to go. There we go. Go ahead and take another half. We'll take half there. And let's see if we can get 150.95 is the stop out point. There we go. SPY gets hammered here. 25 shares. Oops. Okay, we're gonna get out just in case. There's a little pullback there. So Oxy, mRNA. mRNA still, breaking all-time highs, I think. Yeah. mRNA is on a tear. Doing really well. Doing really well to the long side. Longs are having a heyday with mRNA. So let's check Netflix. Netflix is coming back to VWAP. Looks like it's struggling a little. Might be interested in going short here, but showing a little divergence from the SPY, so I don't know how well I feel about that. Netflix is rough. Okay, gonna come back to it. Roku's still moving up. Boeing's having a pullback with the SPY. AMD's having a pullback with the SPY. Hasn't really hit any significant levels of resistance, so I don't feel too good about going short on that. Let's go back to mRNA. mRNA is still on just an incredible tear. Incredible tear, guys. I mean, look at this. It's killing it. It's killing it. It may even go into a trading halt. And they may be fighting for that. There may be... Nice little pullback there. Nice, beautiful pullback. Beautiful pullback on mRNA. Wow. Man, I'll tell you what, this is just an extremely volatile stock right now. So Netflix has recovered VWAP. Roku's still on a tear. Bowen's making a little bit of a pullback. AMD's making a little bit of a pullback. Okay, so there's nothing really for me to look at right now. I will get to the comments here. Thank you guys for your patience. So, Americans for Hire, do you think DNA research companies will be creeping up in the shadows because there is a whole lot of collecting going on currently? Honestly, I really don't know. Um, I often tell everybody here on the channel, I only really feel good about speaking on things that I know about. And honestly, I, I have no clue about that, but there may be somebody here in the chat that could answer that. And looks like Notergen's been chiming in. So I don't know if he answered or touched on that, um, but that's a good question. I mean, if I were you, I would definitely do some research on that and maybe even, do some YouTube searches and listen to what some other day traders are saying about it. Well, I say day traders, but I'd probably be looking more for investment channel or investor channels out there because that's something that I think investors would be talking about more specifically. Not that day traders wouldn't touch on a point like that, but I think investors would be, I think investors would definitely be more likely to be talking about that sort of thing. So anyway, Notergen finished out just shy of 4x. Good job. Americans, I doubt it. I don't know about any news on DNA collection. Okay, so Notergen touched on that. So flip your monitor upside down, Matt. It's the same as shorts. Let's see. That's hilarious. I've never thought about it like that. I've never thought about it like that, Notergen. That's very true. Just flip the monitor upside down. Man, what a wonderful and creative perspective there. Americans for Hire DNA is up and coming. So AMD flat bottom or waiting. Okay, keep an eye on NBY. Okay, Sagar, I'll check that out. What program is this? It's Lightspeed. Yep, thanks, Notergen. Notergen got to it before I did. Lightspeed. Yep, I'm using Lightspeed. They are of a line brokerage based out of New York. Yeah, and you're welcome, Americans for Hire. You're welcome. Yeah, like I said, man, I don't want to sit here and act like I know everything about the stock market, man, because there's a lot I don't know. And yeah, I just think, you got to be careful when it comes to that sort of thing. I pretty much just stick to day trading and short-term stuff. So the only thing that I ever try to gauge I guess if you would want to say a longer term perspective on would just be the markets as a whole. That's why I keep SPY up. I really consistently would like to know what is the SPY doing? Where could the SPY go from here? Because I think that can tell a lot. But even then, even so, I try to make short-term daily determinations on that more than long-term even because, again, for me, it matters more in the moment. But anyway, so okay, mRNA made an incredible pullback here. Man, yeah, what an incredible pullback. So there's a lot of people that bought up here at the top that are a little bit underwater, but we'll see. UAL still chop, AAL still chop, ZM not liking it. Netflix made a VWAP recovery, but still kind of weak. Volume's dying off. So, I don't know. Buy volume increased a little there, but I would want to see where this 5-minute candle ends. If it's weak on the buy volume, or if it shows more, if it turns into a red volume candle, then or red volume bar, I should say, then I'll consider taking a short, just for a quick scalp. ZM wants to run. You think so, Yoni B? You might be right. It's but ZM's a chop fest. You see, look at all these wicks back here. I mean, this is what ZM does, though. This is what ZM does. It's a chop fest, man. But yeah, it could come up real quick and spike all the way up to here and get a good quick scalp on it. If you're a long bias trader, I mean, it's the name of the game for you. It's the name of the game for me as a short bias trader. Netflix may end that 5 minutes on a doji. Got about a minute and 15 left to find out. Roku, Boeing, AMD. Okay, UAL. UAL's pushing. I think SPY is still. Look at the SPY right here. Look at the SPY. I mean, it's not getting above this level. This is a critical level here. 283.94. It's not getting above that. Okay, so there's something to say for that. We need to pay attention to that. It's not getting above that. Now, it's not to say that it can't bounce around VWAP and eventually spring up, and it could, but I'll tell you what, if it rejects and comes back down to these levels and breaks, look out. Look out. But if it cracks above, if it gets above 284, we'll be good for longs. We'll be good for longs. mRNA. Let's see what we're looking at here. I suspect mRNA is going to have a superficial run up, not quite clear this high, and have another pullback. This is typically where I would go in just for a really quick scalping trade. But it's very volatile. It's a very volatile ticker. So I don't know. I don't know if I feel good about it. UAL has made a good recovery. KZM looks like it's rolling. Could be rolling. It's a clear rejection of that 9 EMA on the 5 minute. But in this market, it always goes to say, if Daddy Spy decides that Daddy Spy wants to turn around and start getting bought up like crazy, little baby ZM is going to follow suit. But here's the thing. All right. ZM does diverge from the SPY quite a bit. So that might not actually necessarily apply to ZM. And it might not apply to Netflix or Roku. Netflix, being in the tech sector, and I am interested in AMD to the short side. Like if it loses VWAP and SPY can't break that 284 level or 283.84 level, whatever, I would think that AMD could make a really nice solid move down to these levels down here. I think we could get at least a good 30 to 50 cent move, and that would be worth it to me. That would be worth it to me, jumping in with 200 or 300 shares, getting myself up a little bit more on the day, and then just calling it a day. But this has been a choppy day, and I'm glad I sat on the sidelines for a lot of the market open, because it's not suitable for my personal strategy. It's just not. SPY is getting a bit of a rejection. Man, it would be interesting to see where we could go here with this. mRNA has no chill. Yeah, I know. It's killing it. Yeah. Yeah, Spy is still not breaking that level note again. So, you know, and I hate I missed this move. I was trying to get in here at 151.71 with 50 shares. That would have been a great move. Um, Netflix is killing it. Roku's probably, yep, killing it. Um, mRNA, they got that rejection. They got that rejection. mRNA could come down, guys. There'll be a lot of people dumping that stock. But Moderna or whatever, however you Moderna or Moderna, whatever, they're actually doing really well supposedly with this whole coronavirus thing. You know, just vaccinations and testing, and so they've been talked about by the president, Congress on several occasions. So I can't say for sure that they're not going to go anywhere. I mean, this could be a literally $150 stock this time next week, just with the way things are going. But I don't think I don't think that's the case. But I'm just saying, I wouldn't be surprised. AMD failing. This is good. This is good, guys. This is where I think it's possible that if enough volume comes in and we build enough momentum, and SPY rejects those levels. And right now, SPY is still maintaining under that level. I'll just show you right here. You see, I mean, it's fighting it. It's fighting it. It broke up through it, but this 5 minute candle may close below it. Now, it could still push. Don't get me wrong. It could still push, but it's fighting it. It's fighting it, and it could end up just coming back down. It'd be interesting to see. Okay, so that 5 minute candle closed once again. This one closed below it. This one closed below it. So if it can't get up past this here pretty soon, I'm pretty sure this will be a rollover moment. So we'll find out. I'll tell you what, man. If this breaks, this is kind of where I want to get in just to see. But this is one of those points where everybody could think that it's going to break and come crashing, and then everybody gets squeezed out right here on this candle. But again, I would still think that it would maybe come up to here, maybe 150 or 5150, 5140, and then drop back. I don't think it would just shoot straight up and break this high, but could be wrong about that. So we'll just watch it. Oxy is looking less and less appealing to me right now, honestly. Um, I think I'm going to get out of that. Remove that from the watch list. UAL, AAL. I'll keep them up just to keep them up. Um, yeah, that's true, Notre Dame. It looks like another breakout for sure. If it doesn't pull back. Still in AMD long, waiting to see if it breaks this range. It's stuck on the 5 minute. Yeah. AMD's kind of been chopping around VWAP. I think it's literally watching to see what the SPY ends up doing. I think SPY ends up coming down and crashing through VWAP here and rejecting off of this major level. I can easily see it. If it comes down and tests these levels, I can easily see AMD following suit, as we so often say. mRNA has had quite the buy up. If you look at 15 minutes, 30 minutes, even an hour. This is what it seems to do, though. It seems to get bought up and then a lot of chop. Bought up and then a lot of chop. We just chopped around. Now it's getting bought up and there might be a lot of chop. So let me just to make sure, mRNA, see if there's any kind of news on this. Looking at the Zacks Analyst blog. Moderna Inc. is in the process to developing the vaccine against COVID-19. Zacks ranked number 2, has initiated an open label phase 1 clinical trial to test the vaccine in the United States. It aims to enroll 45 healthy adult patients between the ages of 18 and 55 years for clinical trial. The study is expected to conclude by June 1st, 2021. Wow. Company has an expected earnings growth rate of 2.6 for the current year, 2.6%. Okay, so yeah, it's got a little bit of, it's got enough to give it a little pizzazz. NBY, sorry Sagar had called that out earlier. NBY, yeah, it looks like it's losing its lunch here. I don't know, Sagar. All right, so Sagar says, okay guys, done trading, slow day, down 110 after commissions. It's not bad at all, man. You can take that. SPY needs to break that 284 before I re-enter. Yeah. Okay. Good call. Good call exiting that. So Sagar, if you're still with us, I mean, good. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Just like Notergen said, I mean, good job keeping those losses small. That's huge. That's huge, man. You're doing better than me with all of my big, freaking dumb losses last week, man. I can't believe I let them get that out of hand. But so good job with that. And I know you typically stick to the small cap, low float stocks. Have you thought about looking into trading, some of these other stocks and just going like really small on the share size, like Bowen, maybe, just taking like 25 shares, see if you can get like a $2 drop or something, or just curious if you've thought about doing that, or 50 shares, and having kind of a scale out strategy like that. Netflix. That's good note again. That's respectable. That's respectable. So here's where Boeing does what it does. It can get really annoying. Boeing can get really annoying testing these levels. Where's the first? It's got to break through 148.83. Boeing looks like it's pulling with the SPY, but I don't know. I don't know if I trust it. Moderna, again, whatever. There it goes. I don't know. Looks like it might lose out here. This is where I would love to get in, but and I should have. Totally should have. Man, what a beautiful move. Got a little scared on that one. Sauger says, I haven't thought about it. To be frank, it doesn't fit my style and schedule. When I have to go into work, I have to leave my house 8 a.m. ish and big stocks move slow. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know. I mean, yes, a lot of times bigger stocks. I'll say this, especially bigger float stocks are going to move slower. But man, I mean, some of these moves on Boeing and even Netflix. I mean, they're moving several dollars at a time. Um, I mean, you could get a quick scalp on some of these for $100, a couple $100. Even this one with Boeing here. I mean, I basically just because of my own fear, my own mentality getting in the way, but I could have taken that at the break of 149, and could have jumped in 200 shares and made a real quick $100. Even just scaling out, I maybe even more than that, maybe $150. So that's kind of my fault, um, but yeah, stick to the small cap, low float. Stick to it. If you're getting really good at that, I mean, obviously we've seen guys out there that have gotten really really good at those. Just seems like here lately they have not been doing as well. So I just didn't know if there was something that you could do maybe on the days when those stocks are just a little off, and they're not moving. They're not moving as well. Let's see. I have a feeling there's gonna. I have a feeling there's gonna double top and reject, or not even quite double top. But I'll tell you what. Oh, and maybe even break out, but then reject. I mean, I just can't see this just continuing to get bought up like that. Now it might, and I could get blown away by it. By the way, if you guys are enjoying the content here, be sure to give it a like and comment if you're new to the channel, or if you've never commented before, let me know that you're here. Yeah, Sagar. I mean, I just, like I said, because I know that the small caps, I mean, even again, we'll talk about Ross Cameron. We talk about him from time to time. You can see that guy, man. I mean, that dude will get wrecked sometimes, like 8 days in a row, because these small caps are just not doing what he normally thinks they should be doing, and it's because they fluctuate. This market fluctuates, and sometimes those setups that are just so perfect, they just don't work. They just don't work. That was part of, actually had a latest episode of The Trader's Mind. Um, Sometimes the setups just don't work. Now you can't give up on them. You got to continue to try them and take a stab at them. But you do have to be more careful with them, I think, when they're kind of getting into those types of, you know, low momentum fluctuations. Um, Theta Trader listening at work. That's what's up. Good to have you, man. Good to have you. Or woman. Man or woman. I don't ever know. I always say man, but I'm assuming you might be a man. Maybe you're a woman. So if you're a woman, I apologize. Um, but yeah, good to have you. And hopefully we'll see a nice little move here. I'd like to maybe get one more trade in before the 11 o'clock hour. This is just a slow day. This is nothing's moving the way that I thought it should be. So I'm really trying to exercise discipline, guys, more than I ever have. And so hence, I'm taking smaller share size. I'm giving trades a little bit longer to work out, but I'm cutting the losses quickly too if I see signs that it's not going to go my way. So, but but yeah, Sagar, if you're still here, it's kind of one of those things where and this is something that I did that I actually practiced in trading simulation. Excuse me. When I got into trading simulation, I wanted to have multiple stocks, multiple types of stocks that I could trade, in case certain stocks were just not moving as well. Now, obviously, you want to, you really do want to form a good, solid strategy, and don't try to be everything in the market. Like there's guys out there that they want to be able to trade everything. They want to be able to do everything. But what a lot of these people don't take into consideration is that, when you try to be, you know, everything all the time, you end up just getting out a little out of focus, and the good potential working strategies that you're really, really good at can get neglected. So you don't want to do it to that extreme. But like I said, maybe just having one other strategy, like a mid cap strategy or a large cap strategy, just kind of in your back pocket for when you see those times. You know what? Speaking of Ross Cameron, I've actually noticed him do this before, and maybe some of you guys who have followed him in the past, you might have seen him do it as well. But every now and then he will trade on a mid cap or a large cap stock. And he'll even point out, small caps haven't been doing it for me lately. I thought I saw some good momentum on this one, and I thought I would take it, And so I think it's just, I think he should do that more often. I think he should do that more often, in my opinion. But I mean, what am I? Who am I to say? He's been trading way longer than me. He's a lot better of a trader than I am. But I think, it might just be one of those things. And who knows, next 5-10 years down the road, he might have finally decided to interweave, or he'll have he'll have some of those other strategies interwoven into his strategy. He may end up diversifying a little and doing that more in the years to come. I don't know. He's growing too as a trader. So, but all that to say, I think it's good to have at least one other strategy out there that you could pull from in times when your particular strategy isn't working. And that's why I continue to work on some of these long strategies, because, when I first started trading, I was a long bias trader. I really was. And, but I just found out that overall I do better going short. But it doesn't mean that I should ignore longs. And I have found that I am really, really good at buying up bottom out reversals. That's when I'm best with my longs. Okay, and I've done some really nice long trading off of that. So I do look for reversals. I do. But so that's kind of a strategy I have in my back pocket. Let's look at AMD. SPY's making its way over that level. SPY looks like it may continue just pushing upwards. So that could be good. Netflix is working its way up. ZM just teetering. AAL just teetering. mRNA. Man, I'll tell you what. This is an truly impressive stock here. Truly impressive stock. Man, just lost its lunch too. Just lost its lunch. But it's holding. It's holding. 51.32, 51.10, 51.32. 51.41 really is kind of where it needs to get. There we go. Wow. Glad I didn't take it though. Yeah, this is crazy. You better be on your A game if you're going to trade mRNA. Yeah, profit's profit. Good job catching that bounce. Good job catching that bounce, Notigan. Notigan, that's a perfect example. By the way, you just set the perfect example for any trader out there. You saw that it was going against you, right? You got out. But then when you saw it turning around, and of course you were watching the SPY, when you saw it turning around, you got in. You got back in and you took a stab at it. So the big thing here was you going ahead and cutting it off when it looked like it was going to reverse. That's a great move. You can always get back in on a trade. There's always going to be another setup. So good job with that. Roku's at all-time highs. Let's see where it's at on the daily here. So it's hitting some potential resistance. mRNA still making a good solid move up, guys. Man, what a buy up. Shorts are about to get squeezed out. Tell you what though, I don't like how it moved when it. What did I tell you guys? I told you I said it's gonna, if it breaks high a day, it's gonna be a breakout fake out, and it was, and it pulled. It went up to 52.40 and pulled all the way back down to 51.20. Slow momentum. mRNA is just tricky like that. It really is. Note again, you should totally talk. You should totally talk. And I'm sorry, man. I know you've been posting videos, or I'm sure you have. I think you said or told us last week or whatever that you were going to be posting some videos. My apologies for not getting around to checking them out this weekend. I'll try to go back and check out some of those a little bit later on. Be interesting to see some of these trades you're taking. You're on the TD Ameritrade platform, right? Yeah, I hear you. That's good. It's good that you're putting them out there for your own benefit. It's good to go back and watch your trades and see what could have been done better. Yeah, TOS paper trade, so I can't cheat. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you on that. So this is having a breakout. $58 is. Oh, wait a minute. Is this? That must have been pre-market. Yeah. So this is kind of what we're looking at as a breakout here. 58.08. 58.08. Yeah. But SPY, guys, look at SPY. It just can't break it. It can't stay above it. I really think if this rolls, we're going to see a lot. We're going to see a lot roll. Look at this on the 1 minute. Look at this, just tightening up. It's either going to break or it's going to plummet. It's going to plummet, at least down to the 282 levels. Watch the market way too much to rewind trade. Yeah. Look at this. Look at this on the 5 minute. I mean, it keeps breaking, but it keeps getting pushed down. You can tell this is a very critical level here at 283.94. It's like tapping it on these candles, you know, but rejecting it. Pushing up on these green candles, but closing below it, getting rejected. Let's see if it can do it here. So, and in the meantime, I'm gonna move that out of the way so I can check some of this other stuff here. The ZM on the 15 minute. It's ridiculous. UAL short below the 15. See if we can get a little bit of a move here on UAL. I mean, if SPY breaks, don't see why we wouldn't get a good solid move to the downside. SPY looks like it's going to move down. UAL might be a good short. If SPY gets crushed, UAL could be a good short. So I'm going to come back to that ZM, but I don't trust it. Look at this chop on the 15 minute, and watch this be the one time when it actually busts down. I may take it with just 50 shares. Because it is kind of a triple bottom here. $150.23 and $150.10. We would have to break $150.10. Yeah, this could come, especially if it breaks 148.76, we could get a good solid move down. So SPY's coming back up. Turning off your laptop note again. We're going to go short here. Let's do it. See if we can get it. There we go. I'm going to take half. It's going way too slow. Okay, get out, see if I can get out break even on that. Now SPY's getting bought up. Man, look at that. Look at that pullback on ZM. Incredible. See if we can get out real quick on the pullback. Those last 25 shares. There we go. Okay. That's a break-even trade at best. At best. Feels like the bull party's done, Yoni. Yeah, you might be right. I think you might be right. There's a lot of teetering. Now, the SPY did, yeah, SPY broke out note again, you're right. And here we go. I'll show you the chart here, 5 minutes. So it finally closed above it. That was huge. It reamed up through there. So next level we're watching for any kind of rejection or breakthrough is going to be the 284.90 level. And then after that, it's going to be the 285.56 level. So we'll see what happens. See what happens. mRNA making another rejection. I mean, it's still on a bull tear. UAL pushing its way up with the SPY. AAL, same thing. ZM. Let's take a look at Oxy. It might be chopping around. It's been choppy, but it's actually making a pretty steady move up right now. Let's look at CVX. Okay. And very interesting move on Guild. Wow. Incredible move on Guild. Incredible move. SPY's up to this level right here, critical level. Looks like it's breaking through. Let's see if it holds. We need a confirmation close on this 5-minute candle at 284.90. Netflix is starting to chop around. Looks like it could be slowing up a little on the 15-minute. Might be good for a $2 or $3 pullback. 50 shares, that wouldn't be a bad trade here. It's not really at any particular area of resistance though, so I don't know if I would want to really take that if I was being completely honest with myself about that one. Roku's kind of flat topping here at these daily highs, but it's a little bit of a chop fest right now. I mean, we're moving from 131 to 134. You know, these are $3 moves here. 133.76 to 132. $1.50 move right there. Yeah, Spy's breaking, but it's got to close out on that 5-minute candle note again. We'll see. It might do it. Might be fine. Yeah. AMD just killing it, making strides. So it came up to 5809, came back. That would have been a good scalp. So looks good on the 5-minute, 15-minute, 30-minute. I mean, this is AMD for you guys. AMD can make moves. Man, it can make moves. But I imagine at this level, 58.35 to 58.50, I think it could meet some resistance. Just enough, by the way, for a quick scalp. Just enough for a quick scalp. So might even be willing to do like 58, 35. Well, SPY actually closed above that. Just pausing there, so yeah, SPY's pushing. SPY's pushing. There we go. I still think there could be a pullback on AMD, just for a scalp. But because the SPY is pushing up so hard right now, I'm just going to be cautious about that. Looks like it wants to push. Still think we could get some resistance at 58.50s. Yeah, you're right. It might break out through all-time highs. Yeah, it was a good call. That was a good call. I could have made a quick 20, 30 bucks on that if I had taken it at 40. It was a good call. Maybe even more if it continues to come back, you know, because you take off 100 shares and then see what the other 100 does. Maybe even 40 bucks. Oh, wow. US oil is getting hammered. Thanks, Notergen. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Same to you. Same to you. Um, I mean, it's a small day, but it's a green day. So didn't take many trades at all. Probably up $75 after commissions. So I'm fine with that. I mean, it is what it is. It's, just packing it on a little bit more. Roku's still just not able to break any higher. It's just not able to break higher. Man, ZM getting that break we talked about. Yeah, this is a key level. Key level right here, 148.26. $146 is really the next critical level past that. We should be able to get at least $1 move. If it comes back and breaks that. ZM 148.50. So stop limit. See if we can get this break here. I haven't looked at Boeing Yoni B. I'd have to see where that's headed. So if this loses now, comes back down and breaks 148.40, so I might even need to put a stop limit on, let's see, yeah, 148.40. And then I would put a buy of, yeah, Boeing looks like it could lose it at 148.28, maybe 148.40. Kind of lines up with this over here. Let's see. Yeah, I think this is the more confirmed level probably. And maybe even just the full break of 148. ZM's pulling back up, so I'm going to remove my order there. So guys, I'm going to take a break. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. mRNA getting crushed a little here. UAL, AAL. I'm going to go ahead and remove those guys. I'm not really interested in those anymore. So you going long, Yoni B? Are you long on Boeing? Roku still in this little area of consolidation. Okay, went long earlier, just holding. Okay, 1/4 the size. Good. Good. Could be a bull flag. AMD really struggling around these levels. So I told you guys, right up here at, all these levels here we talked about anywhere between 58.30 and 58.50. Um, there's a lot of consolidation here. So this would have been a great scalping opportunity. And if SPY rolls over, SPY is tapped up on this level right here. You can see it just tapped up on 285.56 and it kind of pulled back. All right, 285.59, yeah. And it looks like it's... So SPY has a bit of a pullback here. I think AMD could for sure have a pullback. But yeah, we called these levels and it never got any higher than 58.40. So feel pretty good about that call. See what it does here. Look at NVAX, guys. NVAX finally got the breakout. I was waiting for this to happen. It never got it here, but it got it here. I mean, it was just ridiculous. It's crazy. It's waiting for that move. Waiting for that move. And what a beautiful move. Roku finally getting the break out of that consolidation. Be interested to see if it ultimately rejects breaking high of day. That would be a nice bearish scenario for a guy like me. AMD looking like it's going to get that breakout of that consolidation. If it breaks 58.60, I'll be much more positive that it's finally going to break out of all of this. It's got to break, let's see, 58. Well, really just, I guess if it breaks 58.50, that'll be good. We'll say somewhere between 58.50 and 58.60. If it definitely breaks 58.60, we're going to be good to go. But this would have been great. This was a great area for a quick scalping short. We moved 20-25 cents multiple times on this. So would have been a great move. You take 300-400 shares on a stock like that and get a 10-20 cent move. I mean, you can make 40, 60, 80 bucks just depending on how you play it. But that was a good point to get in, and I should have. There's no reason why I shouldn't, but I didn't, and it's okay. It's always another trade, right? Roku's continuing the break. Bone looks like it's pulling back. AMD is crushing up through those levels. If it gets the break through 60, it's going to be on and ready to move. And if it breaks 59.27, we are going to break out all-time highs on AMD. So let's see what AMD can do. Man, I wish I was a long bias trader. Look at all these beautiful, just continuation of long moves. You know, even on EXEL. Bowen's been choppy. Roku kind of had some of that continuation. A lot of choppiness though. Netflix, ZM has been choppy. It was bearish in this moment here, but it looks like it's getting a nice little pullback. NVAX, sweet move up. mRNA, sweet move up. This is what I mean when I say to you guys, like this is a long bias traders market right now. This is a great market. If you're going long, you're doing well. You're doing well. You know, and as a bear, it's just one of those things where you've got to wait for pullbacks and reversals and, you know, short little quick in the moment scalping trades. You know, like what I should have done here on AMD, because I clearly called it and I just didn't capitalize on it. Even with just 100 shares, you know, to make a couple little, you know, $15-$20 scalps, just to get it over $100 on the day. But you know, it is what it is. It's fine. We've only traded 800 shares. No big deal. No big deal. mRNA getting pummeled. That's good. Okay, guys. Well, I'm not really seeing too much. I was going to get in on MRA at the break of 52.20, but just too nervous. Too nervous with stocks like this. That would have been a great move. Would have probably ended the day up 120, 130 bucks. Um, yeah, note again. I think AMD might have topped out, but it really depends on what the SPY does. I mean, the SPY is starting to come back now, but it could may touch the 9 EMA on the 5 minute and just continue to keep going. May come back to that critical area where it had to break out, and then continue making a move up. It's really hard to say at this point. It's really hard to say at this point. But yeah, guys, I think I'm probably just gonna go ahead and call it a day. Um, I may come back later. I'll obviously set alerts and stuff like that, and I'll see if there is a way. Boeing. Look at Boeing. This is the only one right here, though. If it broke through that 148.28, I'd be extremely tempted to take it. But Boeing has a way of faking me out pretty good. But this is kind of the if I were to take one more trade, this would be it. 148.28 break, and then try to pick some up down at 147. $78, we'll say. SPY looks like it's continuing to break down. SPY looks like it's cracking through that 9 EMA. AMD just could be pulling back though, based on what the SPY is doing right now. Um, still seems strong, but I'll tell you what, if it breaks this 15-minute 58.15, it would be interesting. Let's try to see if it's going to break it. I'll give it a shot. SPY's pulling back. We need to see a clean break. Okay, coming out. Let's try it again. Let's try it again. Oh. Coming out. Yeah, SPY's pulling back off of that 9 EMA. So wanted to give it a shot, but if it loses that 15 minute, could be due for a good little pullback. It still never really broke 58.60, which tells me that it could be giving a pullback anyway, despite what the SPY is doing. Let's try it. Let's just give it a shot here. Let's see if we can get continued momentum. Come on. Man, it's tough, guys. That's why I said it's still strong. Okay, gotta come out. Man. Broke this 15 minute, but AMD, I mean, it is strong. It is strong, there's no doubt about it. Let's see what the SPY is doing here. SPY is pretty much retrieving some critical levels there. Yeah, on the 1 minute, according to the 1 minute, it looks like it's following SPY. I mean, there's a little divergence there. SPY's getting bought up a little bit. Yeah, SPY's getting bought up. Yeah, AMD's strong, guys, so I don't know. And that just cost me about 20 bucks on the day, so. It'll be interesting to see what happens. I'll probably set an alert and see if, you know, if AMD can get back down to the 58.15 levels. It's a pretty critical level there, so. But other than that, I'm probably just done for the day, guys. There's not much going on here. Not for me. Let's see, 58.15 on the bid. Maybe we would even like to know at 58.19. mRNA, gonna delete that. Gonna delete that. Going to delete that. And then let's look at GILD. 167. Set an alert there for Donald R says everything happened the first 10 minutes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Good point. Good point. There's really not. I mean, it's this looks interesting to me just because we're at all-time highs, and it could come down to the 49.94 area or could test at the $50 area, just the 50 whole dollar. It seems like there's potential for that, but mRNA is tricky, so I don't know about that. But NVAX is teetering around. I'm going to keep it up just because I'd be interested to see where it goes later. Netflix looks like it could be rolling. I mean, I would be fine to look for these rollover patterns here, because I think that they can provide significant opportunity. Boeing, obviously, if it comes back down through here at 148.28, be interesting for a short. Maybe even could even move $1 at that point. But yeah, other than that, I may just set an alert. See if it gets down to 148. Boeing's teetering. It's just not making a good, strong follow through. Just a lot of back and forth here on Boeing. So I don't honestly know how good to feel about it right now. Yeah, it's choppy. It's choppy. But it's coming down. I mean, I don't know how far it's going to come down. It doesn't look like it's making any moves really quickly. So, just not interested. AMD might be good for a short get out at the break of 58.48. Because, right now what you have is, you've got a trend forming here, and yeah, I don't like the action either. Okay, let's see if we can get a pullback on AMD. Just want to make sure it's not just following what the SPY's doing. Okay, I'm going to go short here. See if we can get a clean break now. Waiting more for confirmation on this. It's just having a really hard time breaking, guys. Here we go. There we go. It's a nice move. Okay, gonna come out a little there. Put me back up to 70 on the day. Just a quick little scalp there. Nothing major. And the reason is because I'm watching SPY here. AMD seems like it's wanting to do what SPY's doing. SPY's double topping at this key critical level that we marked out, but we need to see a good solid move down. See, where's the level here? 5803. Okay. AMD might be finding support at 503 or 5803, excuse me. SPY's pulling back. AMD's pulling back with it. SPY's making a strong move up. AMD may be following suit. SPY breaks out through that key level. I can see AMD taking off with it. Well, SPY, look at this. This just came out of nowhere. SPY got some massive buy up and was thrusted up through that level. I mean, it's just incredible to me how SPY just continues to move up. Next level is 287.31. So let's see if it does the same thing there. If AMD shows divergence, then it might be good to remain short on that. Let's see, ZM, Netflix, Roku, Boeing. Bulls are holding the line on AMD. I think we could get the break here. We'll see. Man, we got that break. Too quick. Too quick. Don't really feel good about adding. It's pausing. It's coming back. It's chop fest, guys. I think I'm just going to be done, at least for now. So, may come back later, like I said, and I've got alerts set on different stocks here and there, and AMD could make its way back down to VWAP today. It could get crushed today for all I know. It could come all the way back down to 56 But I don't know. It's still looking strong. It's choppy. It's not really tradable right now. So, and in all honesty, I feel pretty much the same way about the vast majority of these stocks. Just not really tradable. Um, so they're very inconsistent. With even what the indicators are showing, there's not many very well defined levels of support and resistance coming into play. At least not on the stocks that I've got here on my watch list. So um, I think I'm just going to kind of let it go. And like I said, I've got alerts set, and later on in the day, if stocks start moving, a little more predictably or whatever, um, then I'll consider getting back in. But right now, this is it's just not a good day. So I'm gonna take what I got. I probably made, I don't know, might have made $50 today. Might have made $50 when all said and done. So good enough for me. Green is good. It ain't a lot. It's nothing to brag about, but it's good. So you're welcome, Work Diver. Thank you for being here, and to everybody else, thank you guys. Let's see. Yep. Okay. Yeah, so, all right, guys. So, anyway, I'll be posting the recap later. Be sure to check that out if you get a few minutes, and, I'll let you know if I was able to make any other trades. But yeah, for now, I think I'm pretty much done, and hope you guys have a good rest of the afternoon, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Looking forward to that.